To delete this message, press 7. To save it in the archives, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. What are you talking about?
Welcome back to the One About Podcast, where we have cool conversations with cool people. I'm your host, TJ Dunn, and I hope that today's episode makes your day 1% better. This is going to be part 2 of the One About Best Friends. You've already seen part 1. It's good. And this one is even better, potentially. It's up to your opinion, but I think it's better, maybe. Who knows? You have to find out. But before we get into this week's episode, or this next part 2 of the episode, I got a story I want to share with you guys. So if you've been following me or on any Instagram or whatever, been listening to podcasts for a while, you know that I'm a lunchman at a local elementary school in my town. And I got to tell you, that they have some of the best stories from these kids that I've ever, could have in my life. They're so funny. And, they come through the lunch line. They all look so nice and sweet, innocent or whatever. That they could never do anything wrong. They're all being nice, polite, getting their lunch coming through. But they're very deceitful. They are some tricky little buggers, all right? So we take a lunch break. After all the kids have lunch, we go out in the cafeteria, eat our lunch, and then I go back into the cafeteria to finish cleaning, or not cafeteria, the kitchen to finish cleaning before we leave for the day. And I'm on my way back. I'm walking, and when we leave, kids are a grade of kids, a different grade every day, are transitioning to their activity time, whether it be the library or music or PE or art or whatever. They're transitioning. So I'm walking, and these kids are walking to the library. They're walking to the library, so kind of doing this. Going this way, there's a kid going to PE, which is a straight line. So where the library breaks off this way, the other one's going straight. And I could have swore, one of my favorite kids, he's so nice and funny and cool. I could have swore he was a nice kid. He may still be, I don't know. But I could have swore I saw him turn around, get a kid's attention, and lean in and just, boom, give him the bird right there in the thing. And I wasn't sure if what I saw was true or not, so I didn't intervene. I didn't want to say he did it and I saw it wrong or whatever, so I just kept on walking. Just kept on going inside and let the thing go. I didn't know. But, yeah, that was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in elementary school. But, yeah, so that's enough of that. I hope you guys enjoy this part 2 of the One About Best Friends.
All right. And we are back with a little game. This is I tried to come up with a creative title, but I couldn't do it. But the game is How Well Do You Know Your Bestie? This is Cristian and Phillip going head-to-head, see who knows the other one better. And how it's going to work is I'm going to ask a question, and one person is going to try and guess what the other person's answer is. So I'm going to ask Phillip, what was Cristian's favorite music artist he listened to growing up? And Phillip will try and guess Cristian's answer. And then after Phillip gets it, whether he gets it right or wrong, it'll be Cristian's turn to answer the same question, but about Phillip's. It'll be what Phillip's favorite music artist was growing up or something like that.
Okay. I think I can.
And whoever gets the most questions right wins a trip to Alaska. Nothing is included, though. It's all on you to go whenever you want to and however you much you want to pay for it. So, anyways, we're going to get started with this game. The first question I will ask Cristian for Phillip.
Okay.
Cristian, what is Phillip's favorite color? What is Phillip's favorite color? Phillip, you write your answer down on your whiteboard. And I'll give you 10 seconds, and then we'll go ahead, or whenever you're ready, and we'll reveal these answers. Oh man, I'm excited to see how this goes. I don't know. I think these guys know each other well enough. I think they'll.
I'm assuming these are going to get harder as they go on.
Oh, I have no clue. I wrote these down. I guess I should have put them in a random order, but yeah, we'll see. I think they do. I think that yeah.
The whiteboard is kind of big.
It's okay. All right, on the count of 3, reveal your whiteboards. 1, 2, 3. Green. Oh, it's a point for Cristian. All right, good job on that one.
Oh, my bestie knows me.
Now, Phillip, what is Cristian's favorite color? I think I know this one. I think I know what Cristian's favorite color is. I may be wrong.
I feel like my favorite color has stayed the same since high school, but matter of fact, I know my
I'll give you a hint. Mine hasn't changed in a long time.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. I think I know what it is, and I'm gonna put what I think I know it is. That's how you guess, okay. Right?
Yep.
My marker's going out.
All right.
All righty.
Y'all have your answers ready? Now, I'm going to go ahead and guess just because I think I know the answer, and then we'll see if I'm right. I'm guessing red. So flip those boards around. By Christian's look on his face, I think I'm wrong. It's blue. Okay. All right. That's a point for Phillip. All right. You two know each other well.
The green, Christian.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think it did though.
I will say too, just a little tidbit that doesn't really mean much. I think I have reason to believe that God's favorite color is blue too.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'd like to hear that at some point in time.
Okay. All right. Our next question, we'll see how this one goes. This is Christian for Phillip. So, Christian, what is Phillip's go-to Taco Bell order? What's one item he gets continuously at Taco Bell?
Oh, that's hard.
Or that he goes back to, like one of his favorites.
And I will say, if money's not an option, if money's an option, I always get the cheapest thing. But if money's not an option,
that is typical Phillip Brown. Anytime we would go anywhere, what's the cheapest thing on the menu?
that dollar menu.
Oh man.
Yep. So here we go.
Oh man.
How you spell taco?
I'm gonna write down what I think TJ thinks it is. I can make this marker to work for you.
What is this? Hold on. How you doing?
And you would never think to get this at Taco Bell, but it's so good.
I think I know what you're thinking about. Or I think you know what I'm thinking about. However way you want to phrase that. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Reveal your board. Actually, yeah, reveal your boards. Show us what you got. Oh, dang. Okay.
If money's not an option, that's what I would get. But
I like the beef.
What is it? Those
grillers,
those loaded grillers.
Quesadillas are so good. All right, so now we're doing it for Phillip for Christian. Phillip, what is Christian's favorite or go-to Taco Bell order? What's the item that he likes to get at Taco Bell?
You probably don't know this.
Let me collect a guess here. For Christian Haynes, what does he like at Taco Bell? I'm gonna say let's just do this.
I will say, while we're waiting, my favorite Taco Bell item is the like Phillip said, if you have money, I like the chicken quesarito. Sure, chicken quesarito is good, but if not, the beefy Frito burrito. It's $1, and a couple of those bad boys fills you up, and it's good stuff. And always, when you're at Taco Bell, you always have to get Baja Blast. Always, every time.
Oh yeah,
the slush.
Okay, yeah, I haven't tried that. I always just get a Baja Blast, but I'll have to try that.
That'll get you some
serious
action.
Reveal your boards in 3, 2, 1. Chili cheese burrito. Oh, just fire sauce. Oh man,
pretty good, man.
I didn't know.
I could have swore one of you guys was gonna put the Fiesta potatoes. Because anytime I would eat Taco Bell with one of you guys, y'all would always get the Fiesta potatoes.
So if I can only get one item, it's going to be the chili cheese burrito. But it doesn't matter what I get when I go to Taco Bell. That's always just going to be an addition to chili cheese burrito and the Fiesta potatoes. I'm always going to order that every time.
Yeah. All right. So this next question may be a little easier. We'll see. Christian, what is Phillip's favorite board game?
Oh.
Phillip's favorite board game.
I'm trying to think of what Christian might answer on this.
Well, I've only played so many board games with you.
Phillip, do you have a favorite board game?
For me, so actually, like, I've learned the older I get, the more nerdy I get.
Oh, matter of fact, I know what my answer is going to be on this.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I get, like, super nerdy. And so even over here, I've got, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I think 17 board games.
Oh my
Those
goodness.
are all like fairly new. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Whenever you have your answers ready, let me know. I will say my favorite board game is probably this game I play with my friends. It's called Bang, and it's a little card game. It's pretty fun. It's got old Western theme to it.
Are we talking about board games or are we talking about card games?
We're talking about board games specifically. I count Bang as a board game just because it has a little playboard you use. If I had to pick a regular board game, it'd probably be Clue or chess. I like both of those.
Those are rookie board games.
Those are rookie board games. I know. I know. I'm a weakling. All right. You got your answer, Phillip?
Yeah, here comes right here. Are we ready?
Right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I even made it a little fancy for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
Give me a countdown, TJ.
3, 2, 1. Yo.
Oh, that's perfect.
He said risk. Risk. Okay.
There
That got me so good. That was so funny. All right, so that's a point for Christian. All right. Now, Phillip, your turn to guess what Christian's favorite board game is.
Ooh, I think I'm going to just write it on.
I think you know it.
I think I didn't even have to erase anything, huh?
All right, so y'all have written down your answers. Are y'all ready to reveal them?
Yes, Christian, I think I know your game.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay.
I like Risk more than Settlers of Catan.
All right. I was expecting both of those answers to be the same. I was expecting Christian's favorite game to be Risk too.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Hey, let me get my mouse over the right spot. All right, so our next question, Christian for Phillip. So right now you're in the lead 2-1. You're front runner for this Alaska vacation. What is Phillip's favorite outdoor activity?
Oh, it's mad easy, I think. Well, yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I feel like you got this. By the way, had to change while they're doing that. I had to change headsets. My other one was dying, so this is my sports broadcast announcer / Xbox headset. Gotta help the boys out when they want me on Call of Duty or whatever. Oh man! All right, y'all have your answers ready?
Ready.
All right.
Almost.
All right, Phil's got some artistic detail to his.
You don't know how to spell it.
How do you spell walk?
3, 2, 1. Boom! Longboarding. I figured that would be it. All right. That's
wheels.
another point for Christian. Christian has 3. Phillip has 1. Phillip, what is Christian's favorite outdoor activity? See if you can keep that 1 point deficit here.
This is gonna be hard.
I'm gonna do a combo. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Favorite outdoor activity?
If it's even partially right, similar to what he is, I'll give you the point. I'll count it.
Maybe even half point.
Even a half point, that works too.
If it's not this, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot if I
Okay.
just thought what it actually is.
Okay. So what I'll do here, actually, for kicks and giggles, you say what you wrote down, and I'll let Christian say yes or no. And if it's wrong,
Ooh.
and you get it on the second time, I'll give you a half point. But if you don't get it, then no points.
All right, I'll show it so you know this is my first answer is hiking / walking the dog.
Is that right?
It's half right. Hiking is definitely one of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. I said if it's partially right, I'll give him the full point. So that's a point. Christian, go ahead and reveal your answer.
Let me see your board.
Your full answer. Camping and hiking. All right. So that is Phillip 2, Christian 3. All right.
I'm coming for your neck, boy.
All right. So our next question, Christian, does Phillip
That's our couple name.
Yeah, it's a couple named Phillip. Does Phillip prefer dogs or cats?
Oh, that's easy.
Is the answer neither? We'll find out here in a couple seconds.
I guess I know what I ought to say, huh?
If it was the other answer, we wouldn't be friends.
All right, y'all have your answers ready?
I'm kind of concerned. I feel like we're going to break up right now.
Breaking news on the One About podcast. 3,
What
2,
is wrong?
1.
No!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh. See, I would think that Phil would be a dog person, but
Here's the thing. Even though
He's allergic to cats.
I hate cats, I think I knew that.
Philip has been saying stuff on social media about wanting naked.
Oh no! If he could just have a pet, yo, I knew that because you want a freaking ugly naked cat.
I want a hairless cat so bad.
Okay,
That's
so
probably
Phil,
the one cat that I could be around that wouldn't bother me.
so Phil, this is an easy chance to tie the game right here.
But not only do I like cats, that's little Bruno. That's my aunt-in-law. She had a bunch of kittens. I'm gonna be getting a kitten here pretty soon.
Aw.
Little Bruno. So follow me on Instagram. I'm sure it'll be full of cat pics after I get him.
Oh my goodness. I'm not a big fan of cats. I'm more of a dog person, but to each his own.
Bonus question for Phillip. If I couldn't have a dog, what pet would I have?
Ooh.
So yes, so Phillip, so does Christian prefer dogs or cats, and what pet would he have if he couldn't have a dog?
I'm tell you what I'm even writing down. I know that
You know the answer. You just gotta think about it. You know it.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say his dream pet would be. Are you ready?
I mean, I'll even be more specific.
Oh, I'll be more specific.
Just for me, if you get the broad,
if I get this,
all or nothing.
Is it a naked mole rat?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Reveal your boards in 3, 2, 1. Dogs, lizard.
Actually, I did have a pet iguana growing up, but my answer would be
Cockatoo birds. Okay.
Almost put a bird. I almost put a cockatiel or a bird.
So Phillip has officially tied the game at 3 apiece. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions left to see how this ends out. Next question is, who is your Christian? Who is Phillip's favorite superhero?
Oh.
My personal favorite superhero is probably Spider-Man, and then a close second is Iron Man, and then the Flash is probably my top 3.
I think I know this because we've talked about it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
DC or Marvel?
Oh, I ain't gonna tell you.
I knew.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
Spider-Man. Okay, all right, nice.
Spider-Man is my favorite. However, I acknowledge that Superman is the best.
I almost put Superman.
Superman is the best superhero.
Fun fact, Phillip stars in the new Spider-Man animated film Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah?
Movie. Have you seen it?
I love that movie. It's my favorite movie. Or not my favorite. It's one of my favorite animated movies.
Yeah, Phillip's in that movie.
Very underrated. Who is Phillip? Christian.
Like I'm going to show you. I can't believe you didn't notice him.
If you're gonna say he's Miles Morales.
I mean, come on.
Phillip there. Oh man, that's so funny.
There's the thumbnail right there.
Oh man. All right, so see, I like superheroes that talk back to their like smack talk with their opponents they're going against. That's why I like Spider-Man. All right, so next question, or same thing, but Phillip for Christian. Phillip, who's Christian's favorite superhero?
I got it down right here. If
You already have it? Christian, do you have your answer written? 3. Oh, you're still writing down?
Go ahead.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's
Boom,
the-
Spider-Man again. Okay, all right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they say in the streets. Actually, I'm not sure if they say that in the streets or not. But
Easy lemon squeezy.
yeah, that's right. So, Christian, what is Philip's favorite TV show?
Ooh, that's good. Oh, you might know this one. I definitely do have a favorite TV show, and it's a cartoon. It's like an animated, not like.
Okay, that'll help. How long do I have to think about it?
I'll give you 30 seconds.
And I'll give you a big hint, but it is on Nickelodeon, or it came on Nickelodeon, but it's not like a Nickelodeon-esque cartoony cartoon.
Okay, I think I know what it is, but I might be wrong.
It came on. It didn't come on Cartoon Network. It didn't come on anything. It came on Nickelodeon, and it wasn't like a Saturday morning cartoony thing. It was it was a show that was animated.
Because I'm thinking I like that same show. If I'm thinking the right one, I may be wrong though.
I'm thinking, but favorite show.
Well,
now has it changed since y'all have been together?
I don't know. I don't necessarily even consider like Power Rangers as a favorite show, because that's like a whole idea. Like that's like my identity.
Had he not said cartoon, I would have put Power Rangers.
Yeah. So Power Rangers is like that's life for me. That's nostalgia. But this is this one show that I'm excited to watch. Like I won't get into it because I don't want to spoil it anymore.
But it is on Nickelodeon. It was a cartoon on Nickelodeon.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Y'all ready to reveal your answers?
I'll get this wrong.
3, 2, 1. I was thinking Avatar: The Last Airbender. When he said it was,
yeah, you were.
When he said it's not Nickelodeon, but it's Nickelodeon-esque, I was thinking
I should have known,
like
man.
it's an anime type show which you wouldn't think is on Nickelodeon, and I like that show too. It's
coming to Netflix.
It is coming to Netflix.
So yeah,
all right.
I'll tip my hat. I'll tip my hat to Hey Arnold. Great show, and I actually really enjoy watching it like a lot. I think it's on Netflix, or I've watched a few episodes recently.
All right. So now, same question, but Phillip, what was Christian's favorite TV show, or what is Christian's favorite TV show?
Give me a little bit of context of what it is. Is it like a current show that you like now that's on, or like all time?
This is my feel-good show. This is like, I go back to this show. Anytime of day, if I can't find something to watch on TV, I'm gonna watch this show.
I think I may know what it is, but I may be wrong.
I think I know what it is. Maybe. If I get this, I'll be so proud of myself.
All right. Let me know whenever y'all are ready.
Can't think of anything that would top what I have written down, so yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Reveal your answers.
Oh,
Scrubs, The Office.
That was, so Scrubs was like my go-to show before The Office came out.
Yes, I was thinking The Office. Christian's actually the one that introduced me to The Office. It's a great show. So no one scored points on that one. We have two questions left.
We might go on a best friend trip to Alaska, Christian.
Yes. No expenses paid. All right. So Christian, what was Phillip's first job?
Ooh, let's see.
Phillip, do you know what your first job was?
Yes.
If you got paid to do it,
yes,
that's the job.
If you get paid, like, if not a one-time payment, but if you get paid consecutively,
that's a job.
Okay, so this is gonna be my first job that I got something other than cash. So like, I had a system of payment where I got a check for this. I picked up a check in a mailbox for this job. That is what I'm gonna write down.
Okay.
I cleaned up some neighbors. I helped my neighbors mark out and with some tree stuff and all that stuff. I did that once a week, but this is my first paycheck job.
When you had to put on taxes.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He didn't put on no taxes.
I don't pay no taxes. Just don't tell nobody. I don't even think you know this, Christian. Actually,
Really? From as long as from when I knew you, there was something that you did for a while. You were pretty young.
Mhm.
You got paid to do it.
All right. Well, we will see. I'm thinking the same thing Christian's thinking, and I'm not sure if that's right.
Okay, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking, yep, that's it. Cleaning. I'm counting as the same thing. That's the same thing. I'm counting as the same thing.
Yeah, I knew that's what you did.
I'm counting as the same thing.
Okay.
That's close enough.
You'd have to take all the balls out and put them in the pool of chemicals and.
Did I ever get you to help me with that?
Yeah, for free.
For free.
I can't tell you. You got a check coming whenever I hit the lottery. I gotta reimburse you from helping me clean out the ball pit. I gotta reimburse you from letting me put peanut butter on your eyebrows.
Peanut butter on the eyebrows? What?
Well,
They're all over my face.
We had to test every single youth game, right?
Oh, okay.
What else did I have to test the games on other than Christian? So
Oh no.
it was put peanut butter on your face, spread peanut butter on these kids' face, and you have to stand a certain distance away and throw goldfish at the other person. However many you get to stick, you win the game. And Christian hates peanut butter, and I still
no.
So
I do.
So we're best friends. He loves me, right?
Right.
All right, one more question, right?
Oh no, it's Christian's turn to answer, or Philip's.
I just want to say the church here I'm going to now. I brought it with me.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. It's so funny. All right, so now Philip, what was Christian's first job that he received consecutive payments for?
He knows this. You just got to think way back.
I know this one.
I tell you, I hated it. I hated most jobs I had. It wasn't until recently where I was like, okay, I like working.
All right.
First job ever.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. Okay. Now, did you make pizzas or did you deliver?
I was not old enough to deliver. I couldn't drive yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because he's
not on my own.
All right. So we have last question right here. And I feel like we're going to end in a tie. I think you're going on a best friend trip together. But the question is, Christian, what is Philip's middle name?
Oh, that's easy.
I changed it since I got married, dude.
Don't
Your
count.
middle name? That's easy.
All right. Are you ready, Christian?
Yeah, it's just I'm trying to remember how to spell it. Hold on.
Oh, he's going off the rails on this one.
Is it 2 Z's?
Oh, goodness.
Don't forget.
Okay, no, I got it. I mean, even if it's spelled wrong, I got it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Reveal your answers. Yo, mama. Knox, yes. All right. That's a point for Christian. All right, Philip. It's the same exact question. What is Christian's middle name? This is for the best friend trip to Alaska or the Christian only trip. Everything on the line, but at the same time, nothing on the line.
TJ, do you know my middle name?
I don't.
Okay. Got to learn today.
I'm going to learn today. I'm going to assume it's not Christian, though.
100% guaranteed.
No, that's not Christian.
3, 2, 1. Reveal those boards for me.
What?
Michael. All right. That's a tie ball game. Man, that's funny. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to conclude our game. We had an official tie. So the 0 expenses for trip to Alaska will be taken by both of these two.
Woo! Best friend trip to Africa. Or not Africa.
Oh, close. They're very close to each other. Oh, man.
That we got to pay for.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So for our next unofficial sponsor, we go to Christian Haynes. What you got for us, Christian?
The official, unofficial sponsor of the One About podcast is Buffalo Wild Wings. They got wings. They get wild. They got buffalo. They're in the kitchen. You don't know about them, but that's where the meat comes from. Sponsor. Yeah, man, they got really good wings. Something that I really like is
both of our bachelor parties, right?
Oh,
you got the option of dry rub, which I prefer, or you got sauce. They got cheese curds. They got all kinds of stuff. There's a secret menu. You can get some stuff there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's really good.
Okay. All right. Well, when we come back, we are going to have our next segment, This or That. Stay tuned.
Talking about.
And we are back with This or That. And basically, it's as simple as the name is. I'm going to give you two options, and you're going to have to pick this or that. And you can explain if you want. You can leave it at that. And we'll see how this goes. So for our first This or That, we go throwing back to our last official and unofficial sponsor, Buffalo Wild Wings or Wingstop. For me,
at the same time, or were we just going?
We can go one by one. I'll start us off and then go to the next one. For me, it's Buffalo Wild Wings, no question. But we'll see what you guys say.
B-Dubs over here.
Okay.
I'm the same. Yeah, B-Dubs all the way. They got more side items. They got the cheese curds.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just better all around.
I've got some.
And it's a better environment. It's funner to go inside Buffalo
Yes.
Wild.
It is.
I've got some friends who are like hardcore Wingstop fans and will never like we went to Buffalo Wild Wings once and the entire time they just trashed it. And I was like, they weren't giving it a chance. But yeah, anyways, I got some friends who are diehard Wingstop fans.
If you're watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, go on Instagram, search philbrown.k and send me a DM. Think Wingstop's better than B-Dub, and I'll give you a list, a plethora of reasons
Yes.
why B-Dubs is better.
And number one reason, Wingstop's full of the employees there. They're a bunch of heathens. Yeah, me and some buddies, we led our waitress from B-Dubs to the Lord one time. So Wingstop, they're just a bunch of pagan heathens.
Devil worshippers.
Wingstop's fries are also very bland, and I hate that.
Yeah,
Like, I hate their French fries.
And they're so greasy.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like their fries. That's fact. That's all.
Yep.
Period.
Now, I will say one interesting experience I had with Buffalo Wild Wings. I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but we were going to the movies that night, and we went to Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings beforehand. And I got a large amount of wings, something I have left over. I put them on a Ziploc bag, a little cup of ranch, and took a fork with me. I took them and ate them in the back of the movie theater.
I heard
awesome.
that, man.
Yeah, man, that was a good time. So our next one is summer versus winter. For me, I prefer winter more. I like winter just because I hate sweating. I hate summer. I can always put more clothes on. Like I love hoodies and stuff. I can always put more clothes on. You can never take enough clothes off during the summertime.
Christian, what about you?
I think Phil's gonna be the only one who disagrees. I love winter too.
Man, booyah, winter! You're not going to get out there.
I like going to the beach. I like swimming, doing all this stuff. But I am a white boy, and I burn. And I do.
See,
in the winter, that there's just so many things you can do, like stay inside.
Yes.
You can go to the movies. You can play in the snow.
Yes.
In the summer, you
See, I love snow, and I hate the beach. And I'm not really a big fan of swimming unless I'm like playing a game in the pool, like chicken or like any of those types of games. I don't like just sitting there and just swimming. That's not entertaining to me. I'd much rather go outside and play in the snow.
Before Phillip gives his answer, let me just try and sway you.
Sway me?
Think about it's like on a winter's day, and you have to go outside and get in your car and turn the heat on. How nice is it to get warm from the heat? And think about when it's summer's day. It's like in the middle of August. It's 110 degrees, and you go out to your car, and you can't touch the seatbelt.
Yep.
You can't touch the steering wheel. The windows all.
And then the AC goes out in your car.
Which Phil never had AC in his car.
I was back sweat McGee, you know.
Same, man.
Oh man, I honestly do. I honestly hear you guys' points, but from my geographical location, from my right now, I would pick summer. I would pick spring or fall, just throwing that out there. But if it's between winter and summer, 100% pick summer, because you guys haven't experienced the best summer of your life, which will be your first summer in Minnesota if you ever come up here. Dude, there's lakes. I can walk out my door, throw a rock, and I'll make it in a lake. There's like
nice.
There's a million lakes up here. There's a million lakes. It's like 80 degrees in the summertime.
That would be so nice.
It is so dope. Like a lot of houses up here don't have air conditioning built into their homes. You may have like a window unit, but they don't have air conditioning in the house. You have a serious furnace. But yeah, it's super nice. It's kind of cool. It doesn't get that hot. You got lakes to go to. Winter. So every morning you get up, you have to scrape your windshield. Every single morning, waking up, scraping your windshield. There are many weeks where you have to shovel snow 3 times in 1 week, and that's just 1 week, and then you go to the next time. Not this year. It snowed in April. Last year, it snowed 15 inches. April 15th or 16th.
Oh my
goodness. It got down to, did you guys see my Instagram and all my snaps whenever it was like negative 30 below, negative 50 below? Not this winter, but last winter. Winter in Minnesota ain't no joke. I pick summer all day, every day.
Yeah, and see, geographical location just play part in it, because for us, like, summer sucks. Because not only is it hot in the 90s and 100s, but there is so much humidity. It is awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'd love a summer up in Minnesota where it's like 80 degrees and all that stuff. That sounds beautiful.
Y'all know a no expense paid trip on me, guys.
Quick story about summer. And the thing about summer here in Arkansas is it's already so humid, and then when it rains, it gets even more humid. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Where are you going?
And Phillip's car didn't have air conditioning.
Listen to this, TJ.
And so I don't remember what we were doing. Doesn't matter. We were in his car one day, and we were just on the highway going back to his house. And
coming back from church because we had our internship T-shirts on. Those green.
So just from the church to his house, which was right off the highway, and it starts pouring rain. Well, if it's really hot outside and it's colder inside, the windows start to fog up. But they're fogging up on the inside.
Yeah.
So he can get those windshield wipers going all day, and it's not going to clear up. And we're like drenched in sweat, and we can't see, and it's pouring down rain. And so we freak out. And we're like, we're going to die. So the first thing we do,
I can't see anything.
we start taking off our clothes.
Oh.
And we're using our T-shirts, Phil and me both. We're just scrubbing the window, trying not to die.
Oh my goodness.
So we finally get back to his house, and we walk inside, and we have our pants on, but we're just covered in sweat, just drenched wet, shirtless. And we walk in, and his dad's there, just
out of breath.
You can see he's looking, these two naked. He's like, I ain't even gonna ask.
Oh man, that's so funny. And yeah, my car has that problem too. Like I've got to run my defrost on in the summer to keep my windshield clear. Because it the way it is, and it makes it even hotter in the car. It's just awful.
Yep, you ain't got to deal with none of that up in Minnesota, boys. Come on up here. Come up here, visit.
So for our next question, it is Chinese food versus Mexican food. And see, me, I have a very, very strong opinion about this, and I have a feeling it's differing from y'all's.
Christian, 3, 2, 1,
Chinese food.
Okay, I figured y'all were going to go there. See, I love Mexican food. It's my favorite. Chips and salsa, can't beat it. But I also realized this the other day. Mexican food's better than Chinese food because Mexican food has cheese in it. There's not a single Chinese food item that I can think of that has cheese in it.
I'm lactose, baby. I'm lactose anyway.
Okay.
What?
But yes, I like cheese. I like cheese dip, all that good stuff. And Mexican food has cheese in it. It's almost an essential ingredient in most Mexican foods. And Chinese food has 0 cheese in it.
Do you know why?
I'll give some respect to Mexican food, but Chinese food's where it's at. The buffet.
Now, I love cheese. I love Mexican food and tamales and the chips and salsa. And chips and salsa is one of my favorite foods. You do it right.
I love chips and salsa.
But Chinese food is just where it's at, man. 9 times out of 10, if we're like, you want Chinese food, like there's just more variety. It is a little more out there. The flavors are a little more out there, but it's just good. Sushi's really good.
Technically not Japanese, but still better than Mexican food.
Yeah. The reason that Chinese food doesn't have any cheese in it is because in the East, cows are sacred. And so they don't have cheese on anything.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they don't drink milk and they don't eat cheese.
It's a fair point. I never thought about it like that. Still Mexican food fan.
And they're better for it.
See, I go to Chinese restaurants like this Chinese buffet in Whitehall. It's called Kung Fu Kitchen. They have the best buffet macaroni and cheese I've ever had in my life.
Ooh.
I know it's a very specific category, buffet Chinese food, macaroni and cheese or whatever. But it's amazing. I love it.
I do want to clarify something. The Mexican food that you get at a restaurant, like a Mexican restaurant, sometimes can be like pretty authentic to what you're going to get when you go to Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. The Chinese food you get at almost any Chinese restaurant, doesn't matter if it's buffet or not, is not going to be what you're going to get if you go to China.
Mm-hmm. You can get crickets on a stick. You can get
So I will pick American Chinese food over Mexican food any day. Mm-hmm. But Chinese food, I don't know, man. They eat some funky stuff over there.
Yeah.
Still alive.
So I'm going to move on to our next question. And I thought this one may bring up some debate. I'm not sure. So throwing it back to the movie Captain America Civil War.
Okay.
What team were you on, and who do you think won between Iron Man and Captain America?
Oh, that's 2 questions.
2 questions.
What team are you on, and who won the battle?
Yes, but my answer is both the same. I was on Team Iron Man, and I believe Iron Man won in the end.
I know me and Phillip disagree, at least on the first part, because when we went and saw the movie together, it was a big deal. I was so much Team Iron Man that at the spoiler alert at the end fight when they're the 3 of them, Captain America, Bucky, and Iron Man, they're all fighting, and there's a scene where Iron Man picks up Captain America, or they might have it backwards. I think it was Captain America picks up Iron Man, like slams him down. One of the others, but like it looked like he was about to throw him off the edge of that mountain, and I remember like screaming in the theater, like I wanted Iron Man to kill Steve Rogers. I was like, kill him. Because like watching Bucky kill his parents.
Yes, that was the turning point for me.
Yeah, and even I know he's brainwashed.
Yep.
But Steve Rogers, like, still, like, you didn't have to hit him that hard, man. Like, you were going at him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's pretty messed up.
And not only were they going at each other one-on-one, then Steve brought in Bucky Barnes to help him. There was 2 people. One was a superhuman strength. The other one had robot arm and all these, like, military training tactics. It took 2 of them to fight Iron Man, and Iron Man still almost won that.
Yeah.
Well, here's my argument. Is that in the fight that it was a draw.
So you believe it's a draw?
I believe that it is a draw. I like to think that Captain America won the fight because he disabled his armor at the last blow. Captain America did blow Bucky's arm off, and then it was Captain America v. Iron Man, boom, 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 to the last blow. So I would like to think that Captain America won, but I can concede to a draw for that. And man, I'm just on Captain America's side. He is true as true gets. He covered up Bucky's lie, but he just believes in redemption, man. And whenever he looks at Bucky, he sees his friend, the good inside of him, rather than the bad things that he did and the programming that he went through. So and with the whole Sokovia Accords as well, I'm just all about doing what's right, and I'm an anti-establishment, brother.
I will say,
America, dude.
I will say usually when people say Team Iron Man, Team Captain America, I really was for Team Captain America and what they were actually fighting for. Mm-hmm. I was totally like, no, don't sign them. it's not going to end well and everything. And even later in the comics and the movies, Iron Man, basically, he conceded. He basically went off and was like, yeah, that was wrong. Like the Sokovia Accords, bad idea, right? But in the fight between Bucky and Iron Man themselves, I couldn't help feel but for Iron Man.
He's all by himself.
In saying the response to Phil, I know Bucky was his friend, but to quote the line in the movie, he says, "So was I."
Yeah.
Man, so you're telling me if I get mentally programmed and I go out and I kill, and let's just say I kill somebody, and then we end up in the whole thing, you would sell me out, and you'd fight me rather than pick up for me. And
what I'm saying is, I'm saying
if you were Captain America, and Bucky was your best friend, would you?
All right, hear me out. If someone else, a friend of mine, killed your mom, killed your dad, he's my buddy, he's my friend. Mm-hmm. How messed up would it be
for me not to tell you?
Let's say it was like someone that I was friends with before you, right? Because that's what happened. And then me and you are super close now, but then you expect me. See what I'm saying?
Oh, you expect me? You're saying that I expect you to tell me?
Yes.
Like your whole secret. I don't know. You're holding it.
Yes.
Well, not. Well, this is what I'm saying is like you're gonna come after me, man. Yeah. You're gonna come after him. I'm gonna try him.
See, it's not only the fact that he didn't tell him; it's that he helped Bucky after he found out. Like Iron Man had to see the video of his parents being murdered, which first off is a tragic. Like it's tragic that.
That'd be terrible.
And he knew before.
Yes. And Captain America knew. And then still help Bucky fight Iron Man 2-on-1.
Man, I just had to agree to disagree.
But see, the reason why I think Iron Man won that is because at the end, Steve Rogers gave up the lead over the Avengers, said it's yours now, gave him the phone or whatever, and then Iron Man was in control of the Avengers at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I still am in support of Steve Rogers.
As messed up as both of those are, out of those two guys, only one of them was worthy enough. And so it's against my point. He was worthy and Iron Man wasn't.
Yeah, that's
now who's to say after the sacrifice that he made at the end of Endgame, maybe he was. Who knows? Maybe he could have been worthy.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have been.
All right. Well, we are going to move on to our next question. And for our next question, our next this or that question, it involves gum. There's two different types of gum. Stick gum versus gum balls. And for me personally, I like the experience of gum balls and getting them out of the machine, but I like stick gum better because there's more flavors and it usually lasts longer in my experience.
Yep. I'm going to have to agree with it and add on a caveat to say the best gum in the history of gum is zebra gum.
Zebra gum. Does it taste like zebras?
Have you ever had it, DJ?
I've never had it.
You gotta go find it. It's like the best gum ever.
Really? Now, what is it coming multiple flavors or just one flavor? Zebra.
Multiple flavors. Like a big stack. You rip the paper off and it's
okay. Okay.
The thing about the zebra gum, and I agree. I prefer stick gum. Gum balls are cool, but it's kind of gimmicky. Mm-hmm. Either you have to have a really cool machine that it comes out of, and then really you're purchasing, the journey. Mm-hmm. Another gimmick that gumballs use, and there's the picture I think of Phillip somewhere, like they come out with gumballs are like this big. But the best stick gum of all time is that, and what was really cool is the wrappers where the stick gum would come out of, they were tattoos, and you were like sticking to your tongue.
That's dope.
Like your tongue would be like zebra print and all different kinds of colors and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Didn't last that long, but when it did, like, it was really good. And I remember being a kid, like I'd open like 5 or 6 sticks at a time. All of them.
You're frothing at the corner.
Speaking of like gumballs, like I said, I like the idea of gumballs. My parents got me this little thing for Christmas. The gumball, the flavor lasts a solid 5 seconds, but it's cool to be able to like crank your own little thing and get a little gumball out.
Now, I will say there's another type of gum that doesn't really fall in either category, but like Hubba Bubba and the bubble tape.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Big like
Yes,
chunks of gum. That stuff is good.
it is good.
Or what about the packlets?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good too. And then like Icebreaker came out with their own little like cube gum. Those are pretty nice too.
Yeah, I actually like that gum a lot.
Now my favorite gum I've had all the time just because there's really good flavors. The flavor doesn't last a whole long, but the Trident layers, I like those gum. And because of the commercial, I get paid in layers. Like that was a funny commercial to me. I like that commercial.
I wish I got paid in gum.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about cinnamon gum if we're on the conversation?
Not a big fan.
I don't like mint flavored stuff. I just don't. It just doesn't. So like fruit flavored gum, like Big Red, cinnamon flavored gum, like all that stuff, like juicy fruit, like like sour gum is really good, like all that stuff.
Yeah, good point.
All right, so our next one, so we're on a consensus stick gum is better than gumballs, right?
Correct.
All right.
Right.
Our next one is, and I like this one. I like this question. Canes versus Zaxby's. Have y'all had both of those before?
I've had Zaxby's once.
Have you had Canes?
Yes.
Okay, Christian, you?
I've never had Canes,
You've never had Canes?
but I can say that Zaxby's is one of my favorite chicken places.
Okay. See, I love Canes. I would pick it over Zaxby's, and we can just catch it up in a second. But I like Canes because, one, it's a simple idea. It's just chicken fingers or chicken strips, tenders technically, fries, toast, and coleslaw. Now, I'm not a big coleslaw guy, so I always put that on the center table. Whoever wants it can have it. But their crinkle fries are great. Their toast is amazing.
And
Their
their
chicken,
sauce
the chicken is good.
better than
Yes.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yes, Cane sauce is the best sauce on the planet. It is so good. But I'd love to see what you guys think.
Let's see. The mystery of Zaxby's. The taste escapes my tongue. I've only had it once. I long to taste it again, which is tempting me to pick it over Cane's. But Haynes is like the Lord. It's just faithful. It's there. It's right there whenever you need it. It's down the street. I've had it. So I'm going to pick Haynes.
All right. So to change the question up so Christian can answer fairly, we'll just make it Popeyes versus Zaxby's. Change up one of the chicken restaurants. Zaxby's for you? How about you, Phillip?
Yeah.
See, I like Zaxby's, but there's not one near me. Like I drive by Popeyes every day. And
Popeyes is one
sandwich is so good.
Popeyes is one of the few restaurants where like I'll catch myself. I'm enjoying myself so much that's like I'm being gross right now. Like my mouth's up, I'm just full, like it's on my face, and I'm stuffed. And I don't do that in a lot of places.
Oh yeah.
And to me, nothing beats a Popeyes biscuit. Like it's the best bread I've had from a restaurant. I love their biscuits.
So you're saying Popeyes biscuits are better than Zaxby's toast?
Cane's toast.
Cane's toast.
Yeah, Cane's toast.
See, that's a tough question. I'd probably go Cane's toast, but as far as like biscuit, I like Popeyes biscuit better than like KFC's biscuit or whatever.
I will say in
1,000% nailed it.
Say what you will. What I do, you get and I always order extra biscuits at Popeyes. I get I think it's number 7, the spicy chicken tenders with the mashed potatoes and the biscuit, and then the barbecue sauce.
Okay, you get barbecue sauce, okay.
And I will like the biscuit and the chicken together, and then like get mashed potato on that, and then drench that in barbecue sauce. Oh, good.
All right, so I get where you get that gross feeling from, because that would definitely look gross if someone's watching it.
It all over his body. Sitting in the car.
But I mean, the barbecue sauce is so good that I'll just dip the biscuit in the barbecue sauce and just straight up, and it's good.
Okay, so what's your go-to Popeye sauce? Like he's just a barbecue. I know I'll go to the black and ranch a lot. I like the black and ranch sauce.
Barbecue easy.
Popeye sauce?
Yes, favorite Popeye sauce.
Man, I'm a purist. I go in there and I walk out with a box of fried chicken, and that's good. Like I don't mess around with any sauce.
Okay. All right.
Don't shake your head at me.
If there's one thing you know about me is I like sauce.
Yes, sauce is good.
Yeah, I get the fries, I get the biscuits, I get the honey with the biscuit because that's how I roll.
Put that in the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Honey barbecue.
I'm just kidding. I've never done that.
Honey barbecue. I've never thought about that. That's funny. Now I will say a very underrated side at Popeyes is their jambalaya. It's very, very good. I started getting that for my side instead of other stuff. It's pretty good.
Doesn't beat mashed potatoes, man.
I
Nothing
just
beat
never
mashed potatoes.
I just never feel comfortable getting mashed potatoes from a fast food restaurant. They always taste not that good. Now if it's a sit down restaurant like a Cracker Barrel or whatever, I'll get the mashed potatoes. But my mashed potatoes feeling is the same way I feel about macaroni from a fast food restaurant. It's just never good to me or the same. Like, not that it can be good, it's just not the same as the regular stuff.
Says the guy who likes macaroni and cheese from a Chinese buffet.
See, but that's made though. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Oh man.
No, I mean I'm lactose, so I don't dibble in the M&C very often.
I don't dibble in the
I don't dip into it very often, but I definitely like it wherever I can get it.
Mm-hmm. So our next question is.
Yeah, probably Canes for the win.
Canes. Okay, now what about Canes versus Popeyes? Still Canes?
That's hard because Popeyes has the fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Tender for tender, Canes. But I'd have to come back to you on a later date because I cannot. I'm like one restaurant for the rest of my life, and I can't have the other one. I'd have to pick Popeyes because I couldn't turn away fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Yep, I could.
All right, this one involves 2 YouTube channels.
Barbecue sauce.
How to Basic versus GMM. Hello? Did y'all hear me?
Hey. Yeah, what'd you say?
Sorry.
Are you good? How to Basic versus GMM.
Oh, GMM.
How to Basic. What is that one again?
You're the ones that introduced me. It's where they say like how to make eggs, and it always ends up like they're in the toilet or something. It's like a bunch of ASMR noises and stuff.
Probably GMM. Yeah, probably GMM.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
GMM.
All right, that was a clean sweep. Pretty easy there. You don't need to explain. This is our last this versus that question. This is really a this versus that. A battle of the social medias. Twitter versus Instagram versus Facebook. For me, Twitter all day long. Love Twitter.
Interesting. Why'd you pick that?
Just because there's so much more stuff on, and for me, I'm a big sports guy. A whole bunch of breaking news drops on Twitter before it drops anywhere else. True. And like the Twitter community is so funny. Like you have accounts like Wendy's out here roasting people. I love Wendy's. Following them is so much fun. And there's all kinds of stuff on Twitter. Like I love it. Like it breaks news. There's memes on there. I've got some groups of friends where we just share random tweets we find with each other, and I love Twitter. It's great.
I'll be interested to hear what Krishna has to say because I know what social media he does like the most.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna bring that up. I went through a spill in high school. I kind of freaked out and I deleted all my social media. Mm-hmm. And then actually I realized I don't really like this stuff. And so I just never got it back. Mm-hmm. When I did have a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook, which Facebook's the only one I still have now, I definitely like Twitter more. Mm-hmm. Twitter was more my speed. I personally constantly felt like Instagram, I was like, I'm having to keep up. Like I'm having to be intentional to be on it. Like I gotta post a picture. I gotta do this. And then especially now, like it has changed so much since I've been on Instagram last that when I see Instagram, I'm like, what is, I don't know.
I bet.
Yeah. And so Instagram, I was never really active on anyways, but I will just throw in like a little bonus, even though it's not one of the 3 options, maybe not social media per se, but like somewhat similar to that I'm on more than any of the 3 together is Reddit. I stay on Reddit, and it's like the same reasons you do is like they're always constantly dropping news.
You might like Reddit. Are you on Reddit?
Yes, yeah, I've got Reddit. I like Reddit a lot. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah. I don't usually think of it as a social media, even though it is a social media. I feel like it's just a whole other portion of the internet. Like it's its own part.
It's like a forum, and so it's not.
I love you can find so many memes on Reddit. Like I love going on Reddit just looking for memes. They're so funny, and they always have the memes first before anybody else does.
Yeah, personally, my favorite is like to just go in the comment section and just read the crazy stuff that people say.
Yes, like there's this one like Ask Reddit or something. They'll ask a question, and then you'll go through and you'll see like all these crazy responses. Like it's so funny.
And then my answer would be Instagram. I like Instagram a lot. I'm a very visual person. I like pictures. I like seeing how people can be creative. And it's interesting, Christian. I have similar feelings where I felt like I had to keep up with my Instagram. I'm a youth pastor, so I feel weird if I just post like my own little ditty things. I feel like I got to post like, it's not like I'm trying to post like booty pics or anything like inappropriate. I can't post that on my Instagram. I wish I could. But just like sometimes I just feel like I got to keep my Instagram prim and proper and looking nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it does feel good to post. It does feel good to express, and it does feel good to have an outlet. So I went and I made a whole separate Instagram account that I don't like spread for popularity, or I don't like have a bunch of followers on there. I may have like 20 followers, but I don't post for the followers. I just post it to like have that release of posting something and having a gallery of pictures that I think are cool or funny or whatever. They're no memes. I don't like repost memes on it. I only post things that I made or I think are cool, pictures that I took. And it could be like I go out and I take a really cool picture, but there's no context to it. I can't come up with a good meaning behind it, so it doesn't really fit on my Instagram. But I think it's really cool, so I just post it on my second. I think actually you follow it, TJ, right?
I do.
You know what? I should just drop it here, right here on the one about. Should I drop my Insta?
It's up to you, man. Do whatever you want.
If you want to, you can go follow at Knoxogram, KNOXOGRAM, at Knoxogram.
There it is.
See my fence. See all the things I think are cool, but
that's the where he posts crazy stuff.
See my booty pics. No booty pics on Knoxogram, on my other Instagram.
Another reason why I like Instagram is because
catch me on the gram.
It's because of the group chats. I love the group chats on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Like with my friends, like we send posts to each other. Like I got one of my friends from high school, going with my church friends. I've got one with some people I play like games with. Like that's one of my favorite parts about social media in general, is just like being that connectivity you can have with your friends. It's fun.
DJ, you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. I've been in a couple, like one of my friends have made me be in one of their videos before, but I do not personally own a TikTok or have it.
Christian, I feel like you would love TikTok, man.
I feel like I would hate it.
Whenever I first had TikTok, like whenever it first came out, whenever Vine was still a thing or whatever, I had it and then I deleted it. I'm like, I don't really like this, and I haven't got back on it since.
I mean, isn't that what TikTok is? It's the new Vine?
Yeah, essentially.
Kind of. It's got a little bit more features to it, and it's like it's different, but it's cool, and it's got so much of everything on there. Like people only kind of know it for like the stereotypical like cringy stuff or the dance, teeny bop, renegade type stuff. But as you like and as you're on it, obviously who you follow, but you will see the things that you think are funny. Like if you think that construction stuff is cool, you'll have a lot of construction videos come up on your For You page, and other stuff like people who you think are cool or kind of comedy styles that you like, comedic styles that you like. So I send you a lot of TikToks, Christian, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I do get friends that send me TikToks with text messages and stuff like that.
It's funny, and my wife, Angel, got it first, and I was like, I ain't getting no TikTok. And I looked at it, and I was like, let me see, what's that? Is it TikTok? And then here I am, I got it, and I made a few funny ones. I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say, oh shoot, I had something I was gonna say. I forgot it. It's pointless at this point. I don't just love those moments. But we're going to go ahead and move on to our fourth and final official, unofficial sponsor, and that is Maverick City Music. They just dropped their Volume 3 last week, I think. It's amazing. It's awesome. Looking for some good worship music to go listen to. It's great, phenomenal stuff. So go check that out. And when we come back, we're going to hit up Listener's Corner. We'll have our quotes, and we'll wrap it all up in a nice little bow for you guys. Y'all stay tuned for that. And we are back with our Listener's Corner. These are stuff you guys have sent in, whether it's advice or questions or whatever. We have these answered. We're going to shout you out, obviously. We have a total of 5 responses today, and we're going to get through those. It's going to be a good time. So my brother, Austin_Dunn1211, asked, what's your favorite Hammer Hand story?
That is so
And
good.
the question's about me, so I don't feel comfortable answering it. Feel
well, here's the thing.
Way.
Yeah.
Since we're just on the one about, I can let you guys know where the term hammer hands came from and who
Go for it.
held the title of Hammer Hands before because the title Hammer Hands comes before your time. Christian, our very own Christian Haynes, was the original Hammer Hands. He had the hands of iron and would break everything he would touch.
It came from my last name.
Hammer Hand.
Hammer Hand Haynes.
Oh, okay.
Like you should be in a certain type of classroom after you say that. Hammer Hands Haynes.
So funny.
It made me laugh.
Man.
I'll do an OG Hammer Hand story. One time, another youth game that me and Christian were prepping for, getting ready for. We had the sheet of plexiglass we set up on this table. We wanted to throw stuff to it to make it stick. We had like drawn bullseyes and everything. So obviously, you throw it, stick it. A lot of my youth games had to do with throwing and sticking. So I went and bought this giant, like 4-pound bag of gummy bears. And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw it at the store. I was like, that'd be perfect. Throw them in the microwave, get them all sticky. Throw them, it'll stick it, it'll be perfect. So we were testing it out. How do we get it to stick? Do we put them in water? Do we this, that? And we were setting everything up. And I don't know why Christian thought it was a good idea to hoist these things up. And he grabs this huge bag of gummy bears and is holding it above his head. And I don't know what he's doing. I turn around, he has them already above his head, and he's got this wild look in his eyes. And I'm like, I can't even get the word "don't" out of my head. And he just throws them on the ground. And obviously, they burst, it rips, and gummy bears go everywhere in the same.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm looking at him like,
what are you thinking?
Why would you do that? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think he wanted to hear the sound it made and when it hit, but it just broke it.
I don't know if that wasn't the first time where I had the look.
Oh no!
And that was something that Phillip would coin, where I would get this look in my eyes, where I'm going to say or do something crazy, and he knew the look. And I think even before the gummy bears, he knew the look. And so I was like holding him over my head, and he could see my eyes. He's like, "No, please."
That's so funny. Oh,
I knew it. Oh yeah, that's Christian, the OG Hammer Hands, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I broke a lot of stuff. I still do.
Yeah, I feel that pain. So our next thing is from John_McLean _walks _among S _ or Among Us, something like that. That's one of my friends. He's a big diehard fan. This is his meme account he made. He actually helps write some episodes of the show. He's actually he's shipping off to the Army this next week, or National Guard or something like that.
Thank you for your service, brother.
Yes, sir. And he said, it says question for TJ, but I feel like it can be a question we can all answer. It's a really basic question. How big was the biggest sandwich you've ever made? And y'all go ahead and answer this question if you feel like it. I'm gonna try to find the picture because I have a very clear memory in my head of the biggest sandwich I've ever made, and I was very proud of it at the time. So if y'all want to answer the question, while I look for this real quick.
Ever made, or can we say ever eaten?
Go for either one. Just describe it for us and go for it.
I don't remember where this was. I was probably 16, and I went to like this gourmet burger sandwich joint with some friends. And I remember the story because the way the menu worked is you would open the menu and it'd have all the different burgers and stuff you could order. And the key point was that in like small parentheses under each sandwich or burger that you could get, in like italics, it would tell you everything that came on that sandwich or that burger.
Yeah.
And I remember I ordered like a blue cheese or chicken sandwich or something like that. And the waitress, and again, I'm like, TJ, I'm younger than you. And she was like, do you want everything on that? And in my mind, I'm thinking everything means what's under the menu.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, yeah, sure, I want everything. And she's just like, okay. There was no warning. There was no like, listen, man, this is a bad idea.
This is what everything means.
And I remember after a few moments when they came out and they brought our food, the whole kitchen staff came out with the waitress, and they're all laughing and giggling, and like some of them have their cell phones out and everything. And the waitress brings me this massive, just at this point, it's not even a sandwich anymore. It's just this pile of toppings with a bun on top. And she says, "I'm sorry, but you're the second person to have ever done this." In my head, I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, it's so
like,
funny.
You ordered everything. And like, why didn't you stop me? Like, say something. And I remember, after they got their lash and their pictures, whatever, I tried to eat it, and there was so much. I mean, there was like artichoke hearts, cherry tomatoes, like just.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
The bottom bun had dissolved. It was just like juice in the bun.
No.
It was like, I mean, if the plate was here, it's like the size of my head. This giant.
Oh gosh, that's like a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
And I'm sure that got posted somewhere. They went home and they showed their buddy, look at this idiot kid that we. And I had no idea.
No, man, that's so funny. What about you, Phillip? You got a story about the biggest sandwich you've ever eaten or made?
Man, definitely not anything that can top that. I've made some double-decker PB&Js. That's about it.
The biggest, mine won't top that.
I want to see what you got.
This is the most proud of sandwich I made. It's not super huge, but it's whenever I used to work at the Woodshed, a barbecue restaurant. Of course, when you're working, you kind of be able to actually build whatever you want. And I made this sandwich. This is the first picture. You can't really tell what's all in it in this picture, but looks made it kind of gourmet a little bit. Got a little drizzle on there. But this is so on this sandwich. I have a piece of turkey. You can't really see it well. A piece of turkey. I've got a piece of ham, a piece of bologna, and there may have been some brisket on there with some lettuce, tomato, pickles. My bad. I'm getting notifications. Onion. Oh my gosh. The NFL draft is going on right now, so my phone's blowing up. Okay. Well, anyways, you get the point. It's got a whole bunch of stuff on it. It's got cheese, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, pickle. It's got all kinds of stuff. It was huge, but it was so good.
That angle kind of looked like it was made by a professional.
Oh, I appreciate that. It makes me feel nice. Yeah, I was trying to get my at the time I was working with Quentin Winston. He would always tell me he would go pretty good. Presentation is key. Presentation's half the battle. If you can make it look fancy, people think it's going to taste fancy. And as for me, I was like, might as well add a little fancy drizzle on it. Got the little, it was honey mustard barbecue sauce. It was very good. No, mustard barbecue.
Did you eat it with your hands, or did you have to get a fork and eat it?
I ate it with my hands. It was very messy, extremely messy. But I ate it with my hands.
Like all over your forehead. My eyes.
Oh, man. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, to be fair, on this, I told them they could send anything and everything. We would read it out loud. So just know that beforehand. My friend Michael_Engel.22, the same guy that runs that meme account from the last one, sent this. Interior, crocodile, alligator, I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that.
I've been there.
It's have you guys ever texted somebody? I did this as soon as my iPhone could do it. The predicted text, just like open up a text thread and just like click the middle one. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that he did.
I mean,
I don't know what he's texting if he says indoor crocodile.
Well, he changed our group chat name to that. So I have no clue what the meaning is behind it. I haven't asked him about it yet. Honestly, I've been kind of scared to ask him because I don't really know where that's from or whatever. But I meant to ask him about that. But yeah, that's what he wanted to send. So shout out to Michael. Like I said, if you guys send in something, I will shout you out and read literally whatever. If it makes no sense at all, I will still read it out loud.
So funny.
Austin_Dunn1211. Again, my brother asked this question. What is your favorite youth group memory?
Oh, that's so hard, dude.
Yeah.
My favorite youth group memory is probably, there's one retreat we had, one of the last ones we had up in Morrilton. During that day, one of the breakout sessions we had, one of the people who were teaching gave us these little flower stress reliever ball things. It's like a balloon with a little smiley face on it filled with flowers so you could squeeze it.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, of course, we're in the guys' cabin. Guys do what guys do. We ended up having a war with these things and busting them everywhere, all over the place. But before that happened or whatever, we walked in our cabin. It stunk. Like someone pooped in our bathroom. We were convinced it was, I think it was either one of you two we were convinced that did it.
No, it was.
And and we were sitting. We had this whole plan station. I was gonna be, I was gonna be on the swing in the front of on the front of the porch. Y'all already see me. I'm a friendly face. So I'll say, "Hey guys, what's up?" or whatever. I was gonna try and get y'all to come into the room. And as y'all went into the room, they were all sitting there ready with their arms cocked back with their flour things, ready to pellet y'all with flour. And I was gonna try and spray, because I had my hairspray box, try and spray y'all with water as y'all went in. And we ended up getting tired not doing it, of course. But we had this full plan set out to try and get one of y'all. It's either one of y'all or Colton or someone or Noah someone was there. We were convinced that someone that pooped in our room and sabotaged it. We were going to get our payback. We were going to get our revenge.
This is what happened. It was me and Noah. We went and used the bathroom in your cabins. It was like two bathrooms split. And I used bathroom. Noah used bathroom. My toilet kind of flushed, but Noah's overran and ran everywhere. Yeah, that was Noah Stevens. Stevens clogged your toilet.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually.
They didn't just use the bathroom. When he says it clogged, like, there was floaters, and they were like, had y'all looked a little better, you would have found some floaters under your bed, and that's why it smelled so bad.
Oh
wait,
my gosh!
So that it went out into the room. Oh man,
yeah, it's bad. It clogged, and we tried our best to clean it up.
Yeah.
You know what we did?
What you do?
You guys blamed it on Logan.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
I didn't know I did that.
I just remember sitting on that porch. I got too cold. I went inside and said, "Yeah, guys, I'm done with this. I'm not gonna sit out there and be here to look out anymore." And that's how the night pretty much ended. But that was the same year I made the bet with you that Arkansas would beat #1 Mississippi State, and that if they did, you would go into Phillip, you'd walk into the lake waist deep, and it was like freezing cold because it was winter. And if Arkansas lost, I would go into the lake. And of course, Mississippi State ended up winning. It was a close game, but that's not even the funniest part of the story. Before the game even got played, we were going to night service, and my mom and dad are there working sound, or my dad's there doing the sound, computer, and all that stuff. My mom was there with them, and my mom comes up to me before service starts, and she goes, "What's this I hear about a little wager you've made?" or whatever, and then just basically tells me that I can't do it. I was like, "Wait, Mom, but you're gonna get hypothermia." And to fair point, I probably would have gotten it. I don't remember it then. I probably would have gotten it if we would if it went through with it. But I was fully prepared mentally. I was like, we're going to have the bus there. We're going to have the heat on. We're going to have a towel there. I'm going to run to the lake and then run back and jump in a hot shower. That's what I was going to do. I had planned with all my friends to get everything prepared in case we lost. The mom came and said that, so I had to call it off.
That makes sense. Parents with the shutdown came through.
But what about you guys? What's your favorite youth group story?
Oh, man. Oh, what are you thinking?
So, without all – so, like, obviously the churchy answers, right? Like, oh, getting saved and – getting filled with the Holy Spirit, and like those are all good, but there's like not really a story to it. Mm-hmm. Youth group story, maybe not my favorite. There's a bunch, but in the same area of like talking about friendship is, I think it was maybe our first or second year that we'd gone to Youth America. Mm-hmm. And me and Phillip were up at worshiping together at the front, and one of the leaders were in the back, and they had seen these girls like from a completely different church had walked by, and they were like kind of to themselves, they were like, "Look at those two guys." They're talking about me and Phil. Was like, they're like the same person but different colors. And they would later come back and tell us, and that was just a really funny story.
That's really funny.
There's just a bunch, man. I mean, I would count the eating the ghost pepper as a youth group story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got one. We were serving in youth group, but again, a lot of the things that me and Phil would do before services, we would set up these games. And so one day we decided a really fun game would be to have an ice cream eating contest.
I remember that contest.
So what we did is we had these 4 bowls, and we filled it with vanilla ice cream and like chocolate syrup on top, and then the sprinkles and everything. We froze them, and the idea was that we have these 4 random picked up out of the audience before service, and so basically so you would get up there with this pretty big bowl of ice cream, and you would just eat it as fast as you can, and whoever finished their bowl first would win the prize. And the prize was like some candy, and I think like it was like a Twilight the movie, like a poster.
Something like that, yeah.
It was not a good prize for what really happened. So the winner that everyone was told was that whoever finishes ice cream first, they win. The real winner was whoever gets the frozen mayonnaise instead of the vanilla ice cream.
But it
Yep.
looks the exact same. When you freeze it, you scoop
Yes.
it, and put sprinkles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so, especially if you froze it, you couldn't tell. And we had even after we put it in the freezer, we didn't know which one was the mayo. We had just put them up there and remember pulling everyone up, and it was Pierre. I don't know if you guys remember him, but
Pierre
you
Baker
had gone up there.
Nails, brother.
And I don't remember the other three who were up there, but we were like, all right, we had the music bumping, and we're like 3, 2, 1, get ready to go. And we had told them the rules. You guys got to eat the ice cream as fast as possible. And Pierre gets this giant spoonful of ice cream and just mouths it. And he's chewing, and like me and Phillip are watching for a reaction.
All
We
four
want
of
to
them.
know who has it, and you can kind of see Pierre stop, and he's got a mouthful of mayonnaise, and he kind of looks over, and in his head he doesn't know that he's the only one, and so what he's thinking is either this ice cream has gone bad, and he sees these 3 other kids just like scarfing down this ice cream as fast as they can, and so his brain tells him, well, if they're doing it, I can do it. And so he goes in for another. He goes in for a second one. And he's trying to eat this mayonnaise before. I don't know if he realizes what it is or he just knows something's up. But eventually he just I can't do it. Halfway
He starts to
through.
walk off stage. Wow.
That's so funny.
And so we gave him the prize and everything. And I don't know if I think we told everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
No, it was frozen mayonnaise, but I remember that vividly.
I remember before that service started, y'all were telling me about the game. You're like, you can't tell me about it. I was like, okay. I was like, frozen mayonnaise, that's not that bad. It's not terrible at all. It's just mayonnaise. I like it on my burger. And one of you gave me a spoonful of it, and it was disgusting. It was so awful. I've tried to get them to bring that game back for like a kids camp or VBS or a youth group game or something like that. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, I remember that. That was fun. That was funny.
And for me, man, this is a whole nother podcast worth of thing is youth group memories, because me and Christian both, and you too, TJ, like whenever we were in middle school, high school, like our whole life was that youth group. Like
True.
I got
Facts.
saved there. I got filled with the Holy Spirit there. I got called to ministry, specifically youth ministry there. So like Pastor Ken was there, and even Andrew too. All of the once students. I can't even call you guys students anymore, TJ. But yeah, my whole life was wrapped around there. So I have so many funny things that happened. So many water balloon launches, doing water wars and not launching them up in the air, but turning them sideways and launching them straight at people.
Yeah.
Man. Oh man, I remember like spiritual things. I remember somebody had a word of tongues. Miss Melva had a word of tongues. Christian had an interpretation for that, which was dope. I talk about that probably once a month with people to this day, going to camps. And you've told the story on this podcast before, but I feel like this would be a good thing. And it has to do with you at Youth America.
Okay.
Because you were quite the clumsy guy.
Very much so.
And if somebody were to pick a game against all these high schoolers, nobody would pick you to win this game, but you got called up for this game at Youth America, and it was a chugging game, and it wasn't just like, it was a big tall monster cans, but they weren't filled with. Christian, were you there at this one?
This was my first Youth America.
A couple of them, so I don't know.
You were there. This was the one I got knocked out. This is the one I got knocked out at the beginning of the week. There's almost 1,000 kids out in the audience. It's a morning slam game.
Huge games.
And it was the one with the open can. It wasn't filled with Monster. It was filled with pickle juice. And, of course, they're hyping it up. And it's filled with pickle juice. Ah! Everybody's freaking out. Oh, man, who's going to do it? And TJ's sitting there looking at everything just like, oh, gosh, these lights are bright. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this pickle juice. Oh, gosh. And then it's like 3, 2, 1, go. Game starts. And music, boom, 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 boom. Everybody's drinking. Or I think, TJ, you even mess up. Like, it
took me forever. It took me like 5 seconds to get open. Like, the team leader had to come help me open the can because I couldn't get it open. It was a can I'd never seen.
TJ's on our
before.
team, of course, and we're like, oh, no, TJ, again. But then he's just like, sets it down, looks up at the people, and everybody loses their mind because he finishes it before all these giant football jacked high school guys do. And it was just like the funniest like moment ever. It was just like a small thing, but I remember vividly him winning that game. That was great.
And then after that, I was like, I've never been in anything like that before. I didn't really know what to do. So I'm just sitting there looking around. People are trying to give me high fives and stuff and go crazy. I'm just sitting like,
I think you're still dazed from hitting your head on that thing.
that's very much possible. That is very much possible.
Kind of to correlate youth group memories, this is really kind of become an iconic photo. And if you go down that hall where Revolution is, and I don't know if it's still there, where they have the pictures like on the wall. This is kind of hidden in there, but there was a picture they took of the whole youth ministry at one of these outreach events that we did was Yuck Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we got covered in.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you covered in shaving cream and like slime that we made and everything. And I mean, the whole picture, which I don't even think I have it, is this huge like group shot of the whole youth ministry. But if you zoom in on the very back, there's me and Phillip. You know, if you're listening, you can't see it, but that's our
that's so
youth
funny.
group days, best friends. And I remember when that photo was done, and like we got off each other, watching the slime like stretch between each other.
Yeah, Yuck Fest, man, all the outreaches, double night, all the retreats, all the camps,
ninja sniffing,
all the towel tag games, man. So many memories. That's a good question.
We got one last question. All right, and our last question we have is from, let me find the username real quick. Coop, all lowercase, no spaces, no dots, no nothing. It's just Cooper Shepherd with 2 S's on the Shepherd. And his question is very insightful, I think. Does ice float or does water sink? It's kind of a similar question to is water wet, which I do believe water is wet. Some people will argue with me. Don't know where you guys lie on the spectrum, but I believe water is wet. And I believe that ice floats. Well, it's it sounds like an easy answer, but at the same time.
Yeah, I'd say ice floats. I could probably do what I do best and Google it, but without cheating. I think it floats. It's less dense. I don't know why. But yeah, ice definitely floats.
Yes, I would say ice floats only because like if I have a dish of ice, like flat ice, and I pour water on top of it, water doesn't like sink through.
It's a fair point. But then the ice doesn't float above it either. That same argument. Until it melts. And that's just all water.
But if you have a mixture of ice and water, no man, and you put them together, the ice floats. Man, yeah, I'd say
it's one of those questions like it seems like such a simple answer, but at the same time, your brain's wanting you to think of ways that it could be the other answer. I feel like.
No, yeah.
When something sinks, what does that mean?
It means it goes below the other thing, right? Like it immediately falls down.
I think that the whole term of something sinking means that it has to be in water to begin with. So that kind of brings up the same question. Is water wet?
Can you sink in a solid?
Yes, because you can sink in like
you're
right. In Arkansas, like Arkansas is the rice capital of the world. They have these big rice bins where they store a bunch of rice in. People will like accidentally fall in them and die because they sink all the way to the bottom with a solid rice and can't get up. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, ice still floats, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with that. We all kind of agree on that. So that ends off our listeners' corner, and we're time to get to some quotes. So this every episode we end off with some quotes, and you guys have some quotes prepared, and then I'll probably I'll start us off, and then we'll let you guys do it because I don't know what y'all's quotes are. My quotes are from the TV show The Office, which you mentioned earlier. Which before I answer these quotes. Your best friends, you know each other more than anyone else does besides like your families or whatever. Phillip, you're answering for Christian. Christian, you're answering for Phillip. If they were a character on The Office, who would they be?
That's a really good answer. I'm going to go off of my semi-limited knowledge of The Office. And go with... I might say, the guy that's like this, and you guys maybe will help me. find the name. Man, I don't know. I don't think definitely. I want to say you're the fat weird guy.
Kevin?
Weird, but you're not that weird. You're not that weird.
With his barbecue sauce chicken mashed potato biscuit sandwich from Popeyes.
Yeah. That's what he looks like whenever the guy spills the beans and he's like
Kevin
swallowing the beans.
I think I know
That's
my
funny.
answer, but
that's what you
It-
think you know.
It
who
also
you are.
it doesn't help that you haven't seen the show either, like a whole lot of it. Like you said, you have limited knowledge.
I think the only time Phil's watched the
Who's the main character who likes the
Michael
girl?
Scott?
Good-looking
Oh, that's
guy.
Jim Halpert.
Would you say you're that guy?
No.
Okay.
I think I have like aspects, but yeah, I'm
You're not Michael Scott, are you?
no. No.
Or are you? Who's the guy? The weird guy.
Dwight Schrute?
Dwight. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You said who? I want to know who you think you are.
I think I'm Andy.
Andy. which
Andy.
one?
Okay, I could see Andy. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a good answer.
I fit with Andy. Andy got a tattoo on his butt in that show too.
He did.
Oh
Guard
my
dog.
God.
Guard
Yeah.
dog. Yep.
Oh my gosh! I know. This guy right here.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
I see that from what I
was
know
like-
about him on the show. I can see
When
that.
the show was still on TV, I remember like I'd take a quiz, like, who are you? And I think everyone's like, oh, I think I'm Jim, right? I'm so funny, and And then I remember it gave me Andy, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, dang it, they're right. It's like he's got like this temper problem. He's always coming up with these weird catchphrases that don't make any sense, just saying crazy stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's me.
I saw this one thing that said it was a meme. It said if you're taking an office personality quiz or whatever, and you get Michael and you change your answers to get Jim, then you are definitely Michael.
That's so funny.
So Christian, who do you think that Phillip would be if he was a character on The Office?
Phillip would be Daryl.
That's the black
Okay.
guy.
That's because Phillip is probably most of the time the only black guy in the room.
Yes. Yes, that's funny. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, he's hilarious too, though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Daryl. Yeah. I thought he was the older guy, but Daryl.
Oh no, that's Stanley you're
Yeah,
thinking of. But yeah,
Daryl.
Daryl. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I get down with that. That's
So
hilarious.
funny. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to our quotes. One of my favorite characters in The Office, if not my favorite character. Well, my favorite character is Creed Bratton. My favorite secondary character, because he's only there for like 2 or 3 seasons.
He's my favorite too.
Yeah. My second favorite, only because he's not there very long, is Nate. I love Nate. He's so hilarious and funny. He's like very limited role, but when he's in there, he's hilarious. But so I pulled some quotes from Creed Bratton since he's my favorite Office character. Got 3 of them. The first one is, I've been involved in a number of cults, both as a leader and a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader. I love that so much. The next one is, the only difference between me and a homeless man is this job. I will do whatever it takes to survive, like I did when I was a homeless man.
It is crazy.
And the last one says, every week I'm supposed to take a few hours and do a quality spot check at the paper mill. And of course, the 1 year I blow it off, this happens. There's a ordeal, but I love Creed. He's so funny.
Another famous quote from Creed is, find out what language this is. Me how he It's like,
Yes. Oh goodness. Oh, that's so funny.
I guess my quote is as serious as you want to take it. It could be chill, it could be even cliche, but I figured with this being the one about best friends, I would say my quote for this episode would be, your vibe attracts your tribe.
Okay, that's good.
I value friendship in my life. I have great friends like Christian and some other friends in my life that they're just great. They've been great to me. They've been great for me. Mm-hmm. And another quote could be my second quote, because which props up this quote, is that it is all about the vibes. Just all in life, like it's all about the vibes, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So like, what kind of friend do you want to have? And that's the kind of friend that you want to be.
Okay.
And it's kind of a newer, slicker way of saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So seeing what kind of vibe you have will attract the type of vibe of other people. Also, the vice versa. So, yeah, your vibe attracts your tribe on the One About Best Friends.
Yeah,
it's good.
If we're throwing in one-liners, I'll add this. I wasn't going to give one of these, but something that I'm realizing as I'm getting older too. God's will for my life is not what I do, but who I become. And so, pretty self-explanatory, pretty straightforward. But my quote to wrap us out, in honor of the great Stan Lee, who passed away, I think last year, is Excelsior, which is Latin for ever upwards. And he would sign all of his comics and his writings back in the day when he was still writing comics with Excelsior. And that basically just meant like, keep on keeping on, like do your best, be who you want to be the best version of you. Just kind of an encouragement to wrap it out. And so he stapled that word that you see in like a lot of other different TV shows and movies. And so ever upward, Excelsior.
Right on.
All right, so now we've made it to this point. You guys have made it all the way through this podcast, and just like on a show we talked about a long time ago, it feels like forever ago, Hot Ones, you guys have some time to shout out whoever, whatever project, whoever person, or whatever you want. You get to have few, however long you want really to shout out. So whoever wants to go first, go for it. Shout out any person. If you don't want to shout anything out, you don't have to. Shout out any person.
Shout out to my wife, Angel Brown, who has put up with me talking on this Zoom call. Definitely shout out to my YouTube channel. Follow me. Subscribe at Phillip, 2 words, Phillip, a man of the people. Subscribe there because I put out some pretty cool vlog stuff. Shout out to the other YouTube channel that I run called Lighthouse Elevate. It's our youth group page. If you want to check out some content that we've posted, some content, some challenges, some different things like that, go check out Lighthouse Space Elevate. Follow that. And our church, because I'm currently producing all of the digital content that we're putting out in this quarantine time. So if you want to see what's been keeping me busy the past 5 or so weeks, search up Lighthouse Church Rosemount, and you can find some of our online services. So shout outs to some video stuff I've been doing.
There you go. What about you, Christian?
Well, because he forced me into this position. He can't shout out his wife, and I can't, and not mine. So shout out to my wife, Krista, who she's in there probably dealing with the same stuff. Her birthday's actually coming up in a few days.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to her. She's awesome. Super great. I love her. And then another, just a shout out, I'm thinking here. I don't know if I have anything else.
You could shout out like we have the sponsors or whatever. You can do one of those type things. Shout out a corporation or thing.
I'll do a shout out. I'll do a shout out to Garzini, Garzini. They make all this different kind of like leather merchandise, like wallets, watches, stuff like that. But they have these wallets, and actually I've got one coming in the mail. They're called Garzini wallets, but it's actually really cool. I'm super stoked to get it because, one, I don't like things in my pockets, just bulky, and so they're really slim, real sleek. But it's really cool is they're kind of like this magic wallet, and so the way that it works is like if you were to open your wallet up and you can just lay a bill inside, and when you close it and open it on the other side, it's like inside the wallet, which is really dope. But they're
awesome.
Super cool website. Their merchandise is really good. So I'm excited to get mine in the mail. But shout out to Garzini. It's a cool company.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, for me, I want to shout out you, the listener. I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all are so awesome and essential. Like, this wouldn't be a thing without you guys. Even though I do enjoy it and I'd put up if there were 0 people listening to it, it's a whole lot better with there being people listening to it. I appreciate you guys so much. We have people from all over not only the United States, but the world. Of course, you have the United States. You have Ireland, Australia, Japan, Thailand. I used to call it Thailand, but I was wrong in that. Luxembourg.
Their Instagram account.
Yeah. Canada and United Kingdom. But I appreciate you guys following, sticking up with this. Y'all are awesome. Those that are following on YouTube now, appreciate you guys subscribing. Go check out the last episode we had, or in the mini movie series we came out, or my friends actually in high school, but they let me put on YouTube. Great mini movies. But yeah, follow us on. We have Spotify. If you're listening to this, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube, all these different places to watch/listen. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. But yeah, also we have a podcast email. If you want to email us anything, if you're from a different country, I want to hear from you guys. Like, I want to hear like maybe how the coronavirus has affected you guys in your country and how everything's going there. Or tell a fun fact about yourself or where you're from. I don't really know. I just want to hear from you guys because I'm bored and I want to hear from people. But anyways, appreciate you guys listening to this. And this has been the one about best friends. Thank you guys for listening to part 1 and 2 of this podcast. Each of you guys is awesome, and I hope this podcast has made your day 1% better. From TJ, Phillip, and Cristian, I just want to say bye, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of The One About. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review. 5 stars preferably, but whatever you feel like we deserved, leave us a review. That would be greatly appreciated. Each and every single one of you is awesome. Make sure you share this podcast around town to anyone and everyone. If it made your day 1% better, maybe it'll make someone else's day 1% better. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at The One About Podcast. Send us a DM. We want to hear from you. Thank you guys again for all you do. Y'all are so, so awesome. Bye, guys. Oh, and gals. I don't know who's listening, so yeah, bye, guys and gals.